Another person that recently signed with Adidas is all-star point guard John Wall, and the Wizards on a 5-game winning streak, but John Wall seems to be upset because, one, he's not playing in those games, and his teammates seem to be kind of taking veiled shots at him through social media. Marcin Gortat put this subtweet out there saying, "Unbelievable win tonight, great, parentheses, team victory." John Wall then quote retweeted that, I believe, if that tweet was a fake, and put LOL. And he had some comments that were interesting. He says, "I just think if you have a problem with anyone as a man and the principles I stand on, you talk face to face. They have my number. They can see me in person. If we have any discomforts, we can talk." Obviously, it seems like the Wizards are enjoying time with John Wall off the floor, maybe alluding to him not being a team first player and passing a basketball, which seems crazy to me. Gil, dissect it. What you think?
I hate when this is always media driven.
Why you say that?
Because whenever if a star is out and a team goes on a little winning streak, that one reporter always, "Hey, do you guys think you're better without such and such?"
Right.
You know, and that always happens. And in theory, no, the team is not better without their star player.
Yeah.
Just other players are stepping up. You know, so there's other players that normally wouldn't get a chance to get the ball or shine is actually.
But that's a narrative you have to ask the players. Why are you guys performing better without seemingly your best player on? There's ways of positioning that question, but that question has to be asked to you guys.
But it's not it's just like if a coach gets fired.
Yeah.
That team always wins the next 2 games. It's just one of those things that happens.
I don't think it happened for the Bucks or for the Suns this year. But.
Yeah, it did. Remember, Suns blew out the team the very next day.
But here's a great quote from John Wall in response to Marcin Gortat's tweet that he said on SC6 that was very, very direct and to the point. He says, "It was more just a shock to hear it from him, understanding he gets most assists from me and the most spoon-fed baskets ever." So that's not even a veiled shot. That's actually a shot at Marcin Gortat, who's also on the trading block.
See, the theory of a pure point guard is they make the team better, right?
Yeah.
Well, a pure point guard, yes, he makes his teammates better. He doesn't make the star player a scorer better. So somebody like Bill doesn't need John Wall. Because Bill can get his own shot. He can score. So he doesn't need John Wall doing pick and roll, looking for him. It's like, no, just give me the ball. Let me do my thing. So Bill's numbers will run up because the ball runs through him now because he's now John Wall.
Yeah.
But with Gortat and the rest of these guys, you need John Wall to get you the ball because you can't create for yourself.
So what's this thing? What's this whole parentheses team victory? Like, what is this? Does he have it?
You know what's so funny? That usually doesn't come out from a player like him. It usually came out from a star player who didn't play very well that game. So when a star player didn't play well and they won, it's always a good team victory. You know, you always use that. So if you look through history and look at every time the star player said team victory and look at his numbers, they were actually
How many times you use that? Couple times? Okay.
A couple.
I'm with it.
I think, it's, almost to kind of wrap this up, I think this is mostly a case of Marcin, using the media to maybe get himself out of Washington quicker.
No, they
Why?
Probably,
he's on the trading block.
They probably really believe that they're better without him. Like, I remember when I got hurt, Karan stepped up. But when me and Karan and Anton, I'm averaging 29, he's averaging 19, Antoine's averaging 20. I got probably 0.5 assists from Karan because Karan was a rhythm player. So when Karan got the ball, he had to dance with it, so I never got an assist from him. Yeah. So he didn't need me. So when I was off the floor, he's the man now. He went from 19 to 19.7. But he's better without me. But that's the theory because they get more touches. Sometimes I don't want you to give me the ball and I got a quick shooter. Just let me do my thing, and that's sometimes.
But again, maybe if he's heard the rumors, which he obviously has, about him being on the trading block, and there's talk about maybe DeAndre going to Washington and Gortat, big man, have to go to LA. That's one way of helping expedite the process and get the hell out of Washington.
Throw a shot at the guy who gives you the ball? No.
So
I'm surprised they're even throwing shots. Didn't he just buy them Rolex?
Exactly, and a great tweet was
maybe they're Fugazi
my Rolex.
But that's what I'm saying. He's a pass first guy, but with these pass first guys, you got to remember they are ball dominant because they got to create. They're trying to create everything, just like a Chris Paul.
Yeah,
he's creating all this, so that means he holds the ball a little bit longer.
But if you're the star player and people are saying that they're better without you, from a personal standpoint, how does that make you feel?
You're fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make you feel fucked up, but like if Chris Paul went out, right? Does James Harden Does James Harden go down any in his game?
No, he's like, I'm about to score 85.
See, so, you know, James Harden doesn't need Chris Paul.
Yeah.
But with Chris Paul in the lineup, are they still undefeated?
What do you mean with Clint Capella, Chris
Yeah.
Paul?
Yeah.
They have one loss.
They have one loss, but if Chris Paul isn't playing, that team's still rolling.
Yeah.
So you can't say Chris Paul is helping or not. You know, it's one of those things where the star player, if you have a dominant scorer in your team, he does not actually need a point guard. So they're going to bump heads at some point anyway.
Yeah, if I'm management, I'm getting Marcin Gortat out of there as soon as possible.
I'm pretty sure if these players feel that way about John Wall, John Wall is probably out of there.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I'm thinking. Because
you got to talk about. You're talking about. You got to remember Barrera mentioned it. That's why your teammates don't like you.
Oh, good point.
You remember that. You remember
Great
that. So, you know, is this something that's now coming to the light? So John Wall's gonna I want out.
Listen,
fuck these niggas.
Listen.
Fuck them.
That's one way.
I just spent $500,000. I just spent $500,000 on them, and
that's what
they say I'm selfish.
That might be a write-off, like you were saying. Before we move on, though, I posed this hypothetical earlier. All I'm saying is there was a lot of rumors about LeBron James, John Wall eventually linking up in Los Angeles. You talked about I would just sign the deal and ask them to trade me later. John Wall signed a deal this offseason. If his teammates hate him, he can just say, hey, trade me to the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah,
Lakers got a lot of pieces to move.
Know what I'm saying? Yeah, he can get traded anywhere because he already has his contract.
Exactly.
I said So signing and training is what all the players want to do. Players don't want to go into free agency. I don't even know why teams trade. Like, stop trading these motherfuckers for real. Like, you get scared that they're going to be. You're scared that they're going to leave at the free agent. Well, they can get $250 from you and $125 from somewhere else. You really think a player's going to make that type of a decision? Fuck no.
But here's the thing.
They want you to sign and trade them. They do not want to go into free agency and actually leave. But they get way more money.
Answer this question though. If you're the Lakers, present a trade package to the Washington Wizards that may center around Lonzo Ball, potentially Kyle Kuzma, and a pick, would you make that move? If you're the Wizards, would you make that move? If John Wall is that disgruntled,
it depends. You got to remember, it depends on what you've heard around the league. If you heard LeBron might come here, if you heard Paul George might come here, if you heard Cousins might come here, no, you do not do something stupid now.
For who, the Wizards or the Lakers?
For the Wizards. You do not trade because those might be pieces that might get those trades done.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you're the Lakers at this point, you have nothing.
Again, if you have
said the Wizards.
If you have Paul George, LeBron, Cousins might come here.
Yeah.
You need pieces to get some of these players, a Kuzma, a Ball, and West. So you don't want to use that now.
So you're saying that LeBron won't even consider the Lakers if Kuzma or Lonzo Ball is not even there?
Why would
as opposed to John Wall?
Why would he come to a younger team? Like if LeBron's coming to the Lakers, he's coming with a crew.
John Wall, make the trade happen.
They're both point guards.
LeBron and John Wall?
Yes.
In theory.
Yes. So in theory, they're both point guards. So why would you have two people trying to do the same thing? LeBron is a point. You need a score.
And who's the other options other than like John Wall that's going to team up with him in L.A.? Paul George that's
name a first pass point guard LeBron's ever played with. Okay, good job.
Here's what's funny. He didn't give me time to answer.
There's none.
Jose Calderon?
Hey, that's what I'm saying. LeBron needs the ball in his hand to make plays, so you can't have a playmaker with LeBron.
And then the rumors of him going to Houston. So like, what is it?
It's not.
It's sexy.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, it's sexy.
Yeah. We like sexy.
Mm-hmm.